John Locke was an important philosopher and political thinker who was born in England in 1632. His father was involved in the English Civil War, which influenced Locke's own ideas about government and rights. Locke was lucky enough to receive a good education, studying at Christ Church, Oxford, where he dove into the worlds of medicine and philosophy. Locke's life took a significant turn when he met Lord Anthony Ashley Cooper in 1666. He began as Cooper's physician, but was soon drawn into the political realm, an experience that heavily influenced his philosophical ideas. One of Locke's most influential works is an essay concerning human understanding, where he presented the idea that the human mind at birth is like a blank slate or tabula rasa. According to Locke, all our knowledge comes from our experiences and interactions with the world around us, opposing the prevalent belief in innate ideas. Locke also made significant contributions to political theory through his work, Two Treatises of Government. Here, he challenged the widely accepted idea of the divine right of kings, arguing instead that government power should be based on the consent of the governed. Locke also introduced the concept of natural rights, maintaining that individuals have inherent rights to life, liberty, and property. His political ideas greatly influenced democratic thought and were instrumental in shaping several political documents, most notably the United States Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. In this video, we are going to explore some of his words of wisdom. Sit back and enjoy. Welcome to BlackRock Inspired. The end of law is not to abolish or restrain, but to preserve and enlarge freedom. For in all the states of created beings capable of law, where there is no law, there is no freedom. All mankind being all equal and independent, no one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possessions. Let us then suppose the mind to be, as we say, white paper void of all characters, without any ideas. How comes it to be furnished? Whence comes it by that vast store which the busy and boundless fancy of man has painted on it with an almost endless variety? Whence has it all the materials of reason and knowledge? To this I answer in one word: from experience. The understanding seems to me not to have the least glimmering of any ideas which it does not receive from one of these two. External objects furnish the mind with the ideas of sensible qualities, which are all those different perceptions they produce in us, and the mind furnishes the understanding with ideas of its own operations. The natural liberty of man is to be free from any superior power on earth and not to be under the will or legislative authority of man, but only to have the law of nature for his rule. If a child were kept in a place where he never saw any other but black and white till he were a man, he would have no more ideas of scarlet or green than he that from his childhood never tasted an oyster or a pineapple has of those particular relishes. Everyone as he is bound to preserve himself and not to quit his station willfully, so, by the like reason, when his own preservation comes not in competition, ought he as much as he can to preserve the rest of mankind and may not, unless it be to do justice on an offender, take away or impair the life or what tends to the preservation of the life, the liberty, health, limb, or goods of another. Government has no other end but the preservation of property. Thus, the law of reason makes the deer that Indians who has killed it, it is allowed to be his goods, who hath bestowed his labor upon it, though before it, it was the common right of every one. The improvement of understanding is for two ends. First, our own increase of knowledge. Secondly, to enable us deliver that knowledge to others. No man's knowledge here can go beyond his experience. Every man has a property in his own person. This nobody has any right to but himself. The only fence against the world is a thorough knowledge of it. Reading furnishes the mind only with the materials of knowledge. It is thinking that makes what we read ours. Education begins the gentleman, but reading, good company, and reflection must finish him. New opinions are always suspected and usually opposed without any other reason but because they are not common. All wealth is the product of labor. Our incomes are like our shoes. If too small, they gall and pinch us, but if too large, they cause us to stumble and to trip. Where there is no property, there is no injustice. The discipline of desire is the background of character. To love truth for truth's sake is the principal part of human perfection in this world and the seed plot of all other virtues. The actions of men are the best interpreters of their thoughts.